What's goody? Hey man, so last night the Sacramento Kings, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Chicago Bulls all made a trade. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Let's do a deep dive into everything that's going on with this trade. So the Cleveland Cavaliers traded DeAndre Hunter to the Sacramento Kings for Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis. The three-team deal includes Chicago Bulls acquiring Kings forward Dario Saric and two future second-round picks. Now, first I'm going to attack this from the Kings' perspective. I mean, from the Cleveland Cavaliers' perspective. Forgive me. Let's first start off by remembering that the Cleveland Cavaliers last year were a team that won, I think, 64 or 67 games, and they lost in the second round. They were dealing with injuries, which is something they've dealt with in pretty much every playoff run they've had since they've had this core. But also, there were some guys that were underperforming in the playoffs. We saw what we've seen every single year that this core has been together, and that is it comes down to Donovan Mitchell carrying in the playoffs, doing all that he can do, and it's just not going to be enough. Even when he scores 50, it's just not going to be enough. They flame out in the second round. And it's again largely due because of injuries or because of underperformances from their players or both. And I think going into this year, me and a lot of people, we were all expecting the Cavs and the Knicks to be the two teams in the Eastern Conference that are going to run away with the conference and that are going to easily win this with all the injuries in the Eastern Conference. But right now, they sit at 29 and 21, and while they have been better recently, they started the season off extremely shaky. Like up until around right after Christmas, around the New Year is when they started to turn it on. But before that, this was a team that was in the play-in. This was a team that was not looking good at all. And we're looking at this team and we were trying to say, damn, is there really anybody on the team that's untouchable? Do they need to make more than one trade? Is it a whole bunch of things that need to go on? Do they really need to break up this core already and everything like that? And while they're not amazing yet, they're the 5 seed. They're still sitting behind teams like the Raptors, the Celtics, the Pistons, the Knicks, all that stuff, right? You still look at the Cleveland Cavaliers as a team you respect, and now I think this makes them a little bit better to me because if we look at DeAndre Hunter, this is a guy who they traded for last year, who comes in fourth place in Sixth Man of the Year voting, who was averaging 20 at the time that they traded for him. Just one second, dude. Anyways, again, this is a guy who's averaging 20 when they trade for him. They trade for him. He becomes fourth place in Sixth Man of the Year and everything like that. And everything's looking good. You've got him and Ty Jerome as this dynamic bench duo and everything like that. As this dynamic bench duo and everything like that that's just leading your team in scoring off the bench, and they're providing this extra punch for you, and they're just doing so much extra for your team that you haven't had in the past, and it's so helpful. And then you lose Ty Jerome, and this season, please forgive me, bro, the dog is slow. And then this season, DeAndre Hunter is only shooting 42% from the field and 30% from three, and that's just not working for a guy who's supposedly a 3-and-D wing, right? So and he's asking out of Cleveland and everything like that. So you have to keep all of that in mind. You have to keep in mind DeAndre Hunter is not playing well. This isn't the DeAndre Hunter that was averaging 20 points in Atlanta last year. This isn't the DeAndre Hunter that was finishing top 4, top 5, and Sixth Man of the Year. This isn't that elite 3-and-D guy, perfect role player. This isn't that, because for this season he hasn't been that. And you also have to remember he asked out. And then I go and I look at who they got back, and I'm saying, okay, Keon Ellis, that is a point of attack defender. That is something that they did not have up until now. The Cleveland Cavaliers, who was their best perimeter defender? Who do you think was the best guy guarding the perimeter for them? It's Lonzo Ball, right? Lonzo Ball doesn't even play for them anymore, really. Lonzo Ball has not been good this season. Even the defense for Lonzo Ball has not been good this season. So now they get Keon Ellis, who is a guy that hasn't been playing much in Sacramento, but I think we all understand that Keon Ellis is a phenomenal defender. I don't want to say phenomenal. He is a good defender. He is easily the best defender, the best perimeter defender on this team. And for them to get that type of guy, just as almost like not a throw in, but as a piece in this trade, on top of getting Dennis Schroeder, who, sure, he's not Malik Monk levels of bench scoring. He's not Sixth Man of the Year, perennial Sixth Man of the Year candidate like Malik Monk is, who you might have wanted to get in this trade instead. But he is another ball handler for Donovan Mitchell. He is another creator for Donovan Mitchell. When Donovan Mitchell's on the bench or when Donovan Mitchell's in the game, just to give someone else the ball, just to put the pressure on someone else for just a few possessions, just a possession or two, just a 4-minute stretch of the game, just to say, hey, we trust you with the ball even when Darius Garland out. Because when Darius Garland has been out, that's what they've been missing. They haven't had that other guy that has been able to kind of handle the rock. And when Donovan Mitchell goes on the bench, or even when Donovan Mitchell's on the court and just needs a possession, they can't do anything when those possessions happen or when those spurts happen, because Darius Garland's dealing with various toe injuries and everything like that. So I like this for the Cleveland Cavaliers. You didn't have to give up too much. You gave up a guy who you were already going to give up either way. So I don't hate this for them. Sure, there are some guys from Cleveland from Sacramento, like Malik Monk, who you might have wanted to get back instead of like a Dennis Schroeder, but I don't really mind this at all, especially because if you get Malik Monk, maybe you don't get Keon Ellis. And I think Keon Ellis is a massive addition to this trade because of the lack of defense on the perimeter for this team. Now, I go to and you also have to remember this move. Shams Charania has said it creates $50 million in like cap space, tax money, whatever, for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and that's a big thing for them because they were, I believe, a second apron team, and if not, they were pretty damn close. And then the Kings, they get a guy. He's under contract, I think, for the next 2 or 3 years. They just get a guy. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. If I'm the Sacramento Kings, I still don't know what direction they're going in. I think they're kind of trying to go in the direction of blowing it up. But, I mean, even with that, they didn't get any picks, did they? They didn't get any picks, and the Bulls got 2 second-round picks. So even this doesn't really give me, blowing it up vibes. Like, this just kind of gives me, these guys have some value on the market, so we're going to trade them for DeAndre Hunter. Like, I feel like I want to see the Sacramento Kings do a Sabonis deal. I want to see them do a Malik Monk deal. I want to see them shop around Keegan Murray. I want to see them shop around DeRozan and Levine. I want to see what it would look like if this Sacramento Kings team blew it up, because I think the Sacramento Kings need to blow it up. I don't think there's a single thing there that you look at right now when you say, yep, this could be our building block to a championship. You say, yep, this is a guy that if we were to win a championship within the next 5 years, we could 100% see him being there. Even with Keegan Murray, I think that's a borderline thing, because sometimes Keegan Murray is the perfect role player and sometimes he can't hit the broadside of a barn. So it really just depends. Anyways, I love it. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching. Wait, and then for the Bulls, 2 second-round picks, congratulations. I mean, honestly, the Bulls normally don't get anything good out of a trade. So for y'all to get 2 second-round picks, congratulations. I think that's it. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching as always. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if y'all enjoyed the video. Sorry for this one coming out late again and everything like that. I was asleep last night and, life be happening and everything like that. Yeah, man. Peace out. Keep God first no matter what. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what type of content y'all want to see and everything like that. Yeah. Bye. I love you.